shouldn't be using fear or smear in this election, shouldn't be using shouldn't be using fear or smear in this election, fear or smear shouldn't be using fear or smear in this election.
Yeah, and I've never hidden away, no.
So were you sworn in under the Quran?
I was born in an Islamic nation, and by being born in an Islamic nation, I was born and under Iranian law, under Islamic law, under places like Iran, and my parents fled.
And you were practicing Muslim. This is quite interesting. Are you practicing Muslim?
So, Miss Hanson, I think you're trying to make a joke of what is a serious...
I'm surprised. I didn't.
The ousting of Tony Abbott as Prime Minister has been reported with surprise around the world. Political commentators overseas struggle to understand how Australia can switch leaders so quickly and so frequently. Let's take a look at how other global broadcasters have been reporting the coup.
The Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott has been deposed after a challenge from within his own Liberal Party. He's being replaced by his popular Communications Minister, Malcolm Turnbull. It follows a tumultuous time in politics in Australia, which will now have its fifth Prime Minister in as many years.
If we were to change Prime Ministers at this election, that would be the sixth Prime Minister in about 5 years. If you want to maximise stability, you've got to elect Malcolm Turnbull.
Tony Abbott was elected in 2013, promising to end the dysfunction he claimed characterised the former Labour government after it twice changed its leader.
Mr Speaker, the leadership which this Parliament should show is the leadership necessary to clean up the union movement. That's the leadership that would be nice to see a little bit of amongst members opposite. Why are members opposite trying to protect the rorts, the rackets and the rip-offs which have been so abundantly exposed before this Royal Commission? Why are members opposite standing in the way of ensuring that the same standards of conduct that are demanded of company directors are also demanded of union officials? Why is this man engaging in a cover-up of bad behaviour?
Resume your seat. The member for Watson.
The Prime Minister's not even going close to being directly relevant to the question that was asked. Not even close.
I've got it, Minister for Defence. I've ruled on this. I've ruled on this in earlier points of order. The Prime Minister has remained precisely on the topic of the question. The Prime Minister's relevant. The member for Sydney is warned.
What we have seen, Mr Speaker, over the last few days is a squalid attempt by the opposition to smear a former High Court judge. A squalid attempt by the opposition, a sordid, squalid attempt by an opposition which should know better to try to defend the indefensible, which are the series of abuses which have been exposed at the Royal Commission, where union official after union official has been ripping off workers in order to help the union. In some cases, ripping off workers in order to help secure a pre-selection, in order to help secure the numbers within the Labor Party. Now, I say to members opposite, it's about time that we had honest unionism in this country. That's what the Royal Commission is about. It's about ensuring that we do have honest unionism in this country. That's what the Registered Organisations Commission bill, yet again blocked by members opposite, that was about securing decent, honest unionism in this country. That's what the Australian Building and Construction Commission is all about. It's about securing the rule of law on construction sites, and again, that was blocked by members opposite. And I say to members opposite, stop running a protection racket on a protection racket. Stop smearing a High Court judge and give the honest workers and the honest unionists of this country a fair go.
In terms of some of the matters, the evidence yesterday by the head IR negotiator, Mr Sass, made it really clear, black and white clear, and it's good to get a chance to say it again today, that there was no arrangement of the nature that you're just putting to me now. Sorry, I said this is a big issue and you've made a couple of points, so I think in fairness to issues not necessarily covered in some of the reporting this morning. It's a good chance to get it out there. What I would also say is that when it comes to anything of a criminal nature, I have not and would not condone that, full stop.
Mr Reznicki, though, was Mr Sass's close colleague and successor at Peace, and he says that he has a diary note, I think from December 2004, that shows that you were a party to initial conversations and that you'd requested specifically for organisers for the project to be funded by Tees. Do you have any recollection of that conversation? Is he making it up?
Well, again, you're going to evidence which has been led today, I believe, and as I said, I haven't seen that evidence, so I'm not going to comment on evidence that I haven't seen.
But I've told you what the evidence is.
Yes, but with respect to you, James, with respect to you, I will actually check the evidence that you're quoting from because it's an important matter. But what I can say, going to the substance of your question, is that, as I said at the Royal Commission, as I've said before the Royal Commission, as I've said since I appeared at the Royal Commission, I did not strike any agreement of the nature which you are raising, full stop. And that's been the evidence which has been led.
Mr Shorten, do you recall
I don't recall every discussion I've had, but the point about it is, as you know, it's all about, was there an agreement? And the evidence, uncontrovertible, and I should also say that some of the evidence showing that there was no agreement wasn't released by the Royal Commission. It had to be chased by lawyers representing myself to make sure it came out. But as I recall very clearly, it was a very good agreement for workers. It was a very good agreement for the company. I'm proud of cooperative industrial relations in this country. And certainly when it comes to a matter, was there an agreement? No, there wasn't.